Spectres, we're back. This is the Mass Effect Lorecast, and it is that time of the month because we're at the end of November 2022, and we've got our patrons here with us. Sam is here as well, and Seven the Legend. I'm Robots. This is Sam. Sam, are you ready to talk about today's topic?
I'm Robots. You're Sam.
Wait. Okay, we're switching roles. So,
are you ready to talk about it? No. I'm good. So this is a fun topic. You know, when I saw the patrons discussing this in the Discord, I immediately had some ideas come to mind. But we are talking today about the best Mass Effect lines that you can use out of context.
Like quotable Mass Effect lines that you would then spin in a situation to be like super awkward or ridiculous or insulting.
There are so many applications, and I think the applications are what I'm more excited to hear about than the lines themselves.
Yeah. So what I want to hear, and we're going to introduce everybody in just a second. What I want to hear is the quote, who says it, and then what would be the perfect situation to use it in that would be totally out of context?
And while we're doing this, like I can do this on the fly. If people can like type in the quotes into our Zoom chat here, I can find the YouTube links and then like send them to Tom.
Oh God. Okay. We could try that. That might get really messy depending on, sometimes the timestamp isn't right on and stuff like that. So we'll see if we can get that to work. But yeah, so we'll give it a shot. Well, we have with us, and we're gonna do the big like, here's everybody, let's shout everybody out thing. So I'm gonna list off everybody in the room, and then why don't you feel free to either say a Mass Effect quote or whatever you want. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna list everybody out, and then I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and then everybody's gonna just say something at the same time. Here we go. We've got Cloudy Atlas, Soda, Turbo Toboggan, Arcan, Captain Shanko, and Win, and potentially maybe some other people joining us in a little bit because we're started a little bit early. Welcome, everyone. 3, 2, 1.
Boshed it.
Wow. That did not work at all.
They're very excited.
I forgot what we were doing. What?
You can just say whatever you want. Just here, we'll try it. You can either say the quote that you're going to say or just say hi or just make whatever sound you want. Just be creative. Ready? We'll do it again. 3, 2, 1.
I like the sound of that.
There you go. All right. Very nice. Very nice. I can see where some of this is going.
Signs of life.
Yeah, signs of life.
Detected.
All right, this is why when you go watch like sometimes good shows, but often really not good shows, and they have the guy that comes out at the beginning and is like, I can't hear you. Say it louder, everybody. Yeah, I hate that. They do it for a reason, but anyway, I'm not going to do that to you guys. Who would like to kick us off? Who wants to start us off? Anybody brave enough? Oh, is Cloudy? Cloudy, are you raising your N7 finger? Cloudy?
No, I'm just holding up my hand. But I can go. I'm already unmuted.
Cloudy Atlas has hurt your finger. You broke it?
Yeah, I broke my finger walking my dog.
This is another reason why you guys need to tune into the live show or watch the videos, is because she has a splint on her finger and it is in N7 colors. It's like a stripe. That's awesome. That is so cool.
Thanks.
All right.
I'll have fun with it.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, okay, so where are we going? What quote, who said it, and what's the context you would put it in to make it totally wacky?
So I like to use this one at work because all of my coworkers don't play Mass Effect. If I'm really, really swamped, I'll just respond with, can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations, and they never ever get the joke. And some people are like, what are you calibrating? And then most just like don't question what I'm calibrating. So Garrus says that line, if you try to talk to him at all in Mass Effect 2, pretty much after you do his loyalty quest, that is what he will say to death.
Right, he's always calibrating the weapons for some reason.
Apparently they need a lot of calibrating.
Yeah.
It pays off. It rips right through the collectors there at the end, so.
Yeah. I have to wonder what that actually entails. Like, how do you just keep calibrating the weapons more and more? But yeah. Now that sounds awesome because it sounds like smart, like a smart way of saying like, I'm busy doing something more important than you would understand. Does it come off that way to your coworkers?
it just sounds like you're really busy, because I feel like, especially working remotely, I still work remotely. It's like, oh, I'm just so busy. I'm calibrating things. They're like, oh, yes, of course, my mistake. And then they just leave me alone and I get to do my work.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to try that. When people send me messages and I don't want to get back, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't get back right now, but I'm busy calibrating.
Maybe that's what Garrus is doing. He's like, I'm really, really busy calibrating. And you're just like, oh, my mistake. And he just like opens up a magazine as soon as you leave.
It just sounds really smart. That's funny. Can you, okay, so this is where we're going to open it up to everybody else. If you were to take that quote and put it in another context, how would you use it? Does anybody have any other ideas for like playing with this quote? Everybody's thinking.
If you're in your room and someone knocks on the door, you could just yell out, I'm calibrating.
Mom, leave me alone. I'm busy calibrating. Yeah.
Literally any telemarketer ever giving you a call. Can I wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
I tell my brother this, but that's the perfect line for when he calibrates his satellites.
No, he actually does. He does actually calibrate something.
I'm like, dude, I just got to get you the shirt that says, can I wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be a Christmas present this year. That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, that's a fun one, Cloudy. I like this idea. All right, let's open it up to the next one. Who wants to go next? It's a great one to start us off. Anybody? Should we just go down the line? Soda, do we want to just go to you next? Do you feel like you're ready?
I think I got one. Another one would be just like Edie's quote from Mass Effect 2 of, I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees.
Oh, okay. Where are we going with this one?
Oh, gosh. There's so many possibilities.
Can you think of like, okay, so I mean, we could just go like completely theoretical, but you could also go with like something that like in your regular life, like in a way that would just be like super awkward. Like the innuendo is there, right? Let's be honest. Oh, yeah. The innuendo is there, but if you were to say it in a time that would be super inappropriate and people were just like, what? Because you're just quoting Mass Effect.
I think it'd be if you were working on your vehicle or something like that, and just like someone sitting there working on something on the ground or something like that. Just like, I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. It's like,
yeah, like you take your car in.
Talking about
you take your car into the mechanic, and the guy's like leaning down, like putting your tires back on or something. You're like, I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. Excuse me? That's a Mass Effect quote. Don't worry about it.
Are you secretly a robot or something like that?
One of our patrons has a hilarious thing to say here in chat. Church, you could say it at church. And
while people are like praying up on
you kneel
the thing.
down to pray.
Yeah,
we're going right to hell for that one. Don't pass go.
Whew.
Don't collect $200.
Go to communion now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was thinking like even just at the grocery store, you have somebody like kneeling down, putting some boxes in one of the, like some cereal boxes down on the bottom. You're just like, man, humans on their knees.
I feel like that could get you in trouble with HR real quick.
Not you don't work at the grocery store.
Oh,
you're just a customer. You're just coming by with your little cart, and you're just like, you just drop that, and they look at you like, what? You just keep on going.
What the hell? I would make sure to stay away from that customer in the future.
Yes, Turbo.
What I would do.
Turbo wants to chime in here.
I'm not proud to say this, but I've actually said this at work. I work at a grocery store. I actually said it after I got to that part in the game, just because my friend knew I was playing it. And I said it just to see if they knew what part I was at.
That's hilarious.
They didn't get the reference at all. I had to explain it to them. But
was your friend down on their knees, working on stuff?
Stocking a shelf on the bottom shelf.
Oh, that's awesome, man! My version came true.
Right over their head.
Yeah. Well, good thing your HR person wasn't there. All right. Anybody else have any thoughts about this one and where you could use it? I mean, you could use it in a situation where it was actually like.
You'd say it to your doctor.
Oh, man. Can you imagine the doctor looking at you like, wait, what?
a doctor would be like, "You're no longer my patient. You need to see someone else."
Yeah, thanks. What would you do if you were on the other end of this and somebody said the quote to you and you were in a situation where you were working somewhere and you just look up and somebody says that?
Honestly, I would find a new job. I would not stick around to find out exactly what they meant.
I feel like most of that is not good. It's, for the most part, it's not something you want somebody to say to you.
Yeah, very few circumstances in which it would be plausible that I would be happy that I found out what they meant.
You know, it would be really strange. This just occurred to me right here, is if you were to take all of these kinds of lines and rearrange them, like have a mod that rearranges just, not the main conversations you're having with people, but just like the incidental dialogue that happens in the game. And so like you just happen to walk past somebody and then that line comes out and you're like, what? That'd be pretty funny. All right, Soda. This was an interesting one. Thank you for this one. Turbo, you want to go next?
Sure. I only use part of the quote because the rest of it is Mass Effect, but I use the back half of it. Is that okay for this?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Mine are mostly joke ones. I use the back half of the one that's triple Turian brainy filtered into an induction port through emergency induction port.
Wait, say that all again one more time. Triple.
It's for when someone's using it. They asked me to get them a straw. I mean, do you mean an emergency induction port?
I gotcha. Okay, so hey, can I have a straw with my drink? You're in the drive-thru. They hand you the bag and the drink, and they forget your straw, and you're like, hey, can you hand me the emergency induction port?
That or family members.
Like at the dinner table or something?
Only my brother understands it because he is the only one that plays Mass Effect. The other ones are like, no, straw.
Got it.
Liquid transfer device.
Emergency induction
miniature
port.
Pipeline.
So you know what, guys? You know what I'm going to do in order to make this even more fun is I'm going to list all of these and then we're going to rank them each individually at the end of the episode from our favorite, least to most favorite, and then we're going to see which one wins. So what was the first quote? Can you tell me what the first quote again, Cloudy? And I'm gonna make a document with all of this in it.
Oh, can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations. Okay, and then Soda, what was your complete quote?
I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees.
The sight of humans on their knees. All right, and then Turbo, yours is just the last part.
Yeah, introduced through an emergency induction port.
So let's just do emergency induction port, right? Emergency induction port, meaning something like a straw or something. Oh my God, you could use that in other things too, now that I'm thinking about it. Do you guys have any other thoughts about how you could use emergency induction port? Oh God, that does not sound good.
I would love to hear what you're thinking about, Tom.
I was thinking about when you get a shot at the doctor. We're going back to the doctor. Would you put that in my emergency induction port, please? The doctor goes, what? And then you lose that doctor also.
You would go through a lot of doctors with a lot of these quotes.
Yes, I think so.
You probably get charged with sexual harassment too.
Yeah, I think just by default, everyone just assumes like bad in a sexual way when they don't understand something. Like, is this one of those slangs that kids these days are using to mean doing it? That's probably what they're thinking. All right, so emergency induction port, got that one. All right, Arcan, you're up next. What's your quote?
All right, it's the very specific one that Grunt says whenever you're walking through the quarantine area in Mass Effect 2, and it's only if you bring Garrus along, because it's on you by the burning bodies. And Garrus says he's gotten used to the smell of burning bodies, and Grunt just says, anyone else hungry?
Okay, so it's just anyone else hungry, or is it I'm getting used to the smell of burning bodies?
Well, I use both, but mainly just the Grunt one.
Anyone
and I use
else?
it in the most inappropriate occasions.
Anyone else hungry? Okay, so do you have an example of one of these occasions?
Yeah, when my uncle's funeral.
Oh no! Was he happen to be like cremated?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that would really work together then. That's wow. All right. So you were just like at the funeral and you're just looking around. Everybody's all sad and like uncomfortable, and you're just like, anyone else hungry?
Yeah, I wanted to make someone laugh because it was a bit sad for the people. I don't talk to my aunt after that anymore.
Oh man. Wow. All right. Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts about where you would use this for maximum? I don't know if you beat at a funeral. Any other thoughts on this one? Sam?
Trying to think of the most twisted possible situation that you could use this in. And I think I have it. Does anyone know if they still do those weird ceremonies for circumcisions?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Wow.
A bris?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah,
Thank you.
certain cultures, I think that's a thing, right?
Yeah,
Anybody
I think
else
that
hungry?
might be one of the most inappropriate usages of that.
Wow. And Syke's joining us. Welcome, Syke. I was thinking something more along the lines of, you know how sometimes when you're just riding down the road, you can't help it, but like an animal runs underneath your car while you're driving. You can't get around it. You can't steer away. You know, like a squirrel or something. And all of a sudden you go boom, boom, and you're like, oh crap, I hit a squirrel. Instead of saying that, you say, anyone else hungry?
There's a lot of Grunt quotes that could go with that. Like even just the Grunt laugh.
Oh, it's so dark. All right. So anyone else hungry? We got this on the board now. All right, moving on. Let's go to Captain Shanko. Captain Shanko, what's your quote?
Mine is from Zaid when he gets his revenge. It's simply, "Fry, you son of a bitch."
Okay.
And I use it in probably the most predictable manner you could think. It's when specifically I'm cooking garlic or onions in a frying pan because I chuck them in, and if they don't sizzle violently, I'm not happy. So
I like it. I like that it's like literal. It's just like I'm literally frying something right now. You son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh,
yes,
that's good.
You have to verbally abuse the food to make it taste better.
I'm down with this one. I like this.
But
Another possible.
I don't cook with love. I cook with hate.
Well, both things heat things up, so I think that works.
Another possible usage of this, if you are in the car with someone that you really don't like, and then you fart and you lock the windows.
You son of a bitch. Or if you go to the beach and you're the one who uses up what's left of the suntan lotion, the sunscreen, and then someone says, "Hey, can you hand me the sunscreen?" And you go, "Sorry, just ran out." Fry, you son of a bitch.
Replace the suntan lotion with normal lotion. Replace the suntan oil with olive oil.
Oh no. Arcan and soda. Arcan, go ahead.
I've actually used this line. My friend had a really bad sunburn on his back, and I slapped his back as hard as I could, and I said, "Fry, you son of a bitch."
Oh, there you go. Okay. Another real world use of Mass Effect quotes. So did you have a thing to add to this one?
Knowing a lot of firefighters and like being related to firefighters, I can see the firefighter sense of humor going into this one. Fry, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to hear from the guy who's coming to save you from your house burning down.
That's the most renegade firefighter ever.
Yeah. All right. These are good. These are good. Okay.
In the U.S. states where marijuana is legal, of course, you could say it before getting your friend really high.
Can you pass me the doobie over there? Yeah, man. Fry, you son of a bitch. Thanks, buddy.
Exactly. There you go.
That's how people talk, right? That's people still call them doobies.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And if you're under 65, probably not. All right, cool. This is a good one, Shenko. All right, Win. What do you got?
I kind of misunderstood. I picked a corny quote, but
hey,
we don't have to do.
It might work. It might work.
It's not funny. But I quickly Googled another one.
Okay.
If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right.
Okay. If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. All right. And what is the situation you would imagine this in? Who said it?
Matriarch Athena.
Sounds about right. Okay. So what situation would you use this in?
I literally just thought of it 5 seconds ago. So
you don't know yet?
Beats me. Yeah, no.
Okay. So let's brainstorm on this. Anybody want to chime in with because this is a good quote. If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. Yeah. Turbo, go for it.
When you're trying to throw a party or something like that.
Yes. Somebody's like, hey man, this party's getting kind of crazy. And you'd be like, if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Someone calls you vanilla. There you go. Your response.
Yeah. Arcan?
So when you're giving the talk to your younger friends.
the talk. Nice. Yeah, so these are some good ones. Anybody else want to chime in? If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. Like when you justify like your bad driving to the other person in the car with you, like, man, you just ran that red light. Well, if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right.
If someone accuses you of being a messy eater, like, hey man, maybe next time try and get some of it in your mouth.
Why you got to chew so loud? If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. I like it. Okay. This is good. This is a good one, Wade.
If you're terrible at jigsaw puzzles and you're just shoving pieces together.
Yeah. It's getting crazy with that jigsaw puzzle. Okay. All right. Psych popped in here at the end. Psych, do you have a quote for us?
Yeah, sure. It's also a Zaid quote, so I don't know if it's been said or not, but loyalty mission, rage, it's a hell of an anesthetic.
Of an anesthetic. All right.
Yeah, anesthetic, yep.
Man, I feel like that's very, like, has kind of a similar vibe to the last one.
It does.
But
so, I mean,
it's rage though, so it feels more personal. Like if I don't know, like if you get really like mad at something that like somebody does something and you're just kind of pissed and then that you say it, but is that too on the nose? Like, do you have a situation that you think you would use this in?
That'd be funny. I've said it after having terrible meetings and I've sat angrily back down at my desk and I'm just like, rage, hell of an anesthetic.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just kind of like let it go, sort of.
Did other people hear you say this? Wow, that guy's really intense. Or like while you're in the middle of an operation and they didn't give you enough anesthesia. And you're like upset with the doctor.
It's great.
Like, I'm not rage, it's a hell of an anesthetic.
Yeah, you fight through.
You doing okay there, buddy? Yeah. Oof. Yeah, fine. Ow. Anybody else
have like comment on someone screaming at their video game?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there you go.
Or like console fanboys on the internet. I'm like, you suck, you like Xbox, you suck, man. And you'd be like, rage, it's a hell of an aesthetic there, buddy. They'll be like, what? Never mind. Shanko, did you have one? Your hand's kind of up.
On that one, so I had this dentist one time and he told me that when he started like cleaning or drilling or whatever he was doing, he said if it started to hurt, just to punch him in the face. And you can't tell someone like me that.
I mean, you do punch people in the face. That's one of the things you do regularly.
So he didn't numb me all the way, so it hurt really bad. So I was like kind of bowing up, getting ready to actually like deck my dentist. And I guess I could have probably used that quote in that scenario. You know, rage is one hell of an anesthetic. I'm so angry at my dentist that I no longer feel the pain of having my mouth drilled.
But you didn't punch him.
I'm about to give her dentist summer teeth. Some are here, some are there.
Oh boy. I bet that would have been a punch that he was not expecting. I mean, you do martial arts, right? Like, it's not just like the average person in the chair. You probably would have socked him like clean off his feet.
I mean, I've never thrown a punch while like really prone, and also while someone has like sharp objects in my mouth, but like I don't think it would have been pleasant for either of us.
Yeah. Well, the strength of the pain in the moment probably would have made it a little bit more stronger than normal.
That adrenaline punch.
Yeah. Oh, I could totally see that. Well, guys, we've got a bunch here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read them all back through, and what I want you guys to do is list them in order of your least favorite to your favorite. And you can't vote for yourself. So you can't don't put your own on that list. So you're just on a list somewhere in front of you on your computer on a piece of paper. Go find something and just make a list. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. Plus, do we want to add N7? You had one. You said you had one. Do we want to add yours to the list?
I do have one. So Javik says this a lot. He says, "Throw it out the airlock." And for anyone who has chatted with me off stream enough, they know that I'm not like a huge fan of screaming babies. No. So I have jokingly said it while on an airplane before.
Wow. Okay.
Of course, it's a fucking joke, but
I'm sure the parents were real thrilled about that.
Well, I didn't say it to them.
They didn't hear it. Okay.
But, you know, it can go for anything. It could go for a little yappy dog, too. Really anything that would annoy you.
Yeah. Or if you're done with your piece of gum.
Throw it out the airlock. Yeah, there you go. You can encourage your friends to litter outside instead of inside your car.
Can you imagine being in space, traveling at some large percentage of the speed of light, and then your ship getting a hole in it because you ran into a piece of gum that was just floating out in the middle
of light
at almost the speed of light, and it like just blows a hole in your ship?
I feel like that would be a pretty instantaneous death.
Yeah, death by gum.
There's another one too. This one's much more innocuous, and it's very obscure, so I'll be surprised if anyone remembers this quote unless you've watched one of my Mass Effect streams, because I make a point to go to this background NPC every single time I play through. And it's in the very beginning of Mass Effect 1. It's an unnamed NPC. Her name is Diplomat. And she's in the back of the Citadel embassies in Mass Effect 1. And when you walk in, when you talk to her, all she says is, "I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic." And I have very sarcastically said that at jobs that I did not like being at.
Nice.
And no one has picked up on it because I haven't really worked with any Mass Effect fans yet, and it's so obscure that I doubt they would.
And they just think you're super excited about a really sucky job.
Exactly, yeah. But I'll say it in the same exact tone she does, which is the hilarious part. She's like, "I can't believe I landed a job here."
And then your boss is like so confused as to why you leave like 6 months later. I thought he really liked the job. He kept talking about how much he liked the job.
He said it was fantastic.
All right, so which one do you want to use in the ranking?
Definitely the Javik one. Yeah, that one's terrible.
Throw it out the airlock?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here, we're going to go back through the list, everybody. We have, can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations. So there's the calibration one, if you just want to write that down short. The second one is, I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. You can just write knees if you want to shorten that. Then there's, emergency induction port, which can be used for so many things. And then there's anyone else hungry? Then fry, you son of a bitch. So, son of a bitch, if you want to shorten that. Then, if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. And then rage, it's a hell of an anesthetic. And then finally, throw it out the airlock. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go thank our patrons, you guys, and all the other patrons. And during that time, you've got time to think this over, rank them from first to last. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add points. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 of them. You can't vote for your own. So like the last place is going to get 1 point. First place is going to get 7. And we're going to list everybody's rankings. And then I'm going to sum them all up. And we're going to see which one is the best one. And then we all just need to agree to start using these all the time. So we'll be right back. Let's go thank our patrons.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I am sovereign, and this station is mine. I like the sound of that.
All right, here we are in the middle of the show. They're just figuring out which ones they like the best. And we have a new patron to welcome, AK Green. Welcome to the Patreon. And we have our regular patrons, our Shepherd tier patrons, in order to shout out here. We've got to go through this list. We've got Kolka Shins, Kira C, Lieutenant Ticino, Shep Valkyrian, That Spectre J, and William. Thank you so much to all of you for supporting us and all 67 of our patrons, including these guys and everybody else. If you would like to join us on a future chat show like this, or just want to get ad-free episodes, or some of the t-shirts, or any of the other things that you can get on the Patreon, go check all that stuff out. Patreon.com/Mass Effect Lorecast. That's the place to do it. There's links underneath the notes for the show, all the description stuff. You can just Google it. It all comes up pretty easily. So the other thing that we normally do is we read out some reviews, but we don't have any new reviews to read out right now. So if you would like to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, if you have an account or if you listen there, then you can look up the show over there, leave us some words in a 5-star review, and we will read out your words on a future episode of the show. Also, you can rate us on Spotify, or you can tell your friends or do some other things like that. So any of that stuff helps, and we really do appreciate it. Sam, you have any other thoughts before we wrap up the mid part of the show?
No, just that, as always, I'm incredibly supportive of, or I'm incredibly thankful for the support that you all provide the show. And we're coming up on 100 episodes here. And so it has really just caused me to reflect on that a lot. And that without all of the, we're almost to 100 episodes, but with that are the countless minutes that each of you have listened to the show, all of the episodes that you've downloaded, every moment, every, hour that you spent on the road, maybe to and from work, listening to our show. It's all helped us get to this point. And so I just want to say thank you again for not just the monetary support that you give us. Of course, that helps more than you know, but the time is invaluable.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. We really do appreciate it. And this community is awesome. So we're so happy that you found us and we found you, and let's just all give each other a big hug. Cool. Now that we're done hugging, let's see what everybody ranked everything. Here we go.
Spit it out, or are you trying to build suspense?
You're so dense, sir. Obviously, I do not know as much about human relationships as I thought.
I'm not so good at the warm, fuzzy moments. It always just comes across awkward. But everything I do comes across awkward, so I guess that's just kind of my thing. So, is everybody ready? We're going to go back through, and I'm going to list these in backwards order from what you are giving me, and we can just go randomly. We can just go down the list again. Cloudy, if you're ready, we can start with you. Do you need a minute? Are you ready to go?
Nope, I have it written down.
All right, so Cloudy's number 7, and you can't vote for yourself. You're not ranking yourself in here at all.
I enjoy the set of humans on their knees.
So that's number 7.
Hard to use that one in context.
Okay, all right. Number 6.
The induction part, I do use that one a lot, actually, but...
Oh. Okay. Number 6 is induction port. Number 5.
4 is probably Rage is a hell of an anesthetic. That one's a great one. I love saying that one as well.
5 is Rage is a hell of an anesthetic? Yeah. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 4.
Throw it out the airlock.
Throw it out the airlock. Okay, down to the last 3. Number 3.
I like the civilized one. I can't remember the whole quote, but it's not.
If it's all civilized,
right?
you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
So that's number 3.
That's a great one. I don't think I've heard that line. And then I like the fry you son of a bitch one.
That's number 2. And then number 1.
I think that's my number 1 because I'm missing one.
Okay, there's anyone else hungry?
My own. That's why I don't have enough.
There's anyone else hungry?
Oh, I forgot about Grunt.
So where does that go in?
Put him at number 5 and then scoot the other 2 down.
Okay, so so let's see. 7, 6, 5 is anyone else hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my numbers are backwards from where we knew. So okay,
and then induction port and then humans.
So wait. This is so confusing. All right, I enjoyed the sight of humans on their knees. That's last. Next last
Why
is.
You just read out the quotes and we'll throw up numbers with our hands.
Right. So I enjoyed the sight of humans on their knees. That's 7.
Yeah.
That's 7th. Emergency induction point is 6th, and then rage or hungry. Hungry is that's
anyone else
that.
hungry?
4,
rage.
5. Right. So rage is the next one, and then throw it out the airlock is the next one.
Yep. And then civilized.
It's all civilized, and then number 1 is fry you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, so fry you son of a bitch is your top one. Your top 3 are fry you son of a bitch. If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right, and throw it out the airlock. Those are your top 3 in order. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Yep. Cool. All right, Soda, you're up. Number 7. What's number 7 on your list?
I think number 7 on my list has to be.
You got to pick one, or we'll be here all night.
The primitive one.
The which one? I can read them out again.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so there's can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations. I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. Emergency induction port. Anyone else hungry? Fry you son of a bitch. If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. Rage, it's a hell of an anesthetic. And throw it out the airlock. That's all of them. You want more time? We can move on to somebody else.
No, it's the yeah, go on.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. You figure it out. Turbo, are you ready to go? All right.
Number 7 is fry you son of a bitch.
Fry you son of a bitch. Number 7. Okay. Number 6.
Number 6 is calibration.
Calibrations. All right.
Number 5 is throw it out the airlock.
Throw it out the airlock. All right.
4, anyone hungry.
Okay.
3 is hell of an anesthetic.
All right. That's number 3.
2 is knees.
Okay. And your number 1 is if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right.
Yes.
Got it. Cool. Got it. Cool. Okay. So we got Cloudy and Turbo. All right. You ready to go, Arcan?
Yes.
All right. Number 7.
All right. My number 7 is the humans on their knees. Just too inappropriate to use that.
Okay. All right.
6 is emergency induction port because I don't drink with a straw.
Okay. All right.
5 is rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
All right. 5 is rage.
4 is the calibrations.
Okay.
3 is throw it out the airlock.
Okay.
2 is if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right.
Okay. And the number 1 is fry you son of a bitch?
Yes.
Wow. All right. Man, Fry you son of a bitch is getting favorites and least favorites. Interesting. All right. Cool. Shanko, you're up.
All right. My number 7 is I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees.
Okay.
Number 6 is throw it out the airlock.
Okay.
5 is rage is one hell of an anesthetic.
Got it.
4 is emergency induction port.
Okay.
3 is Anyone else hungry?
Okay, number 2.
Civilized.
All right. And then number 1 is calibrations.
Calibrations.
All right. Man, you guys are these are all very different. Very cool. All right, Win, you're up. Number 7, last on your list.
Fry, you son of a bitch.
Fry, you son of a bitch. All right. 6.
Rage.
6 is rage. 5.
Oh, fuck. I fucked up. Okay. Last one is emergency induction port.
Okay, so emergency induction port is the last one.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
And then fry. And then
rage.
And then rage. Okay.
Throw it out the airlock. Number 4.
Okay.
Knees. 3.
Knees is 3.
Calibrations 2.
2. And then hungry.
Anyone else? Yep.
Got it. All right. Man, these are all very different. This is so cool. Psych, what do you got?
All right. We've got hungry last.
Hungry is last. You are not hungry. Got it.
Knees.
Knees is second to last.
Civilized.
Civilized. Wait, I lost it. There it is. Got it.
Fry.
Fry. Got it.
Port.
Port out of the induction port. Okay. So then second place.
Calibrations.
Calibrations, and then first place is the airlock.
Yes.
All right. Let's go back to Soda. Soda, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Last place for you.
Civilized.
Civilized. Okay. And then next.
6 is hungry.
Okay. Next.
And then 5 is induction port.
Okay. And then
4 is rage.
4 is rage.
3 is fry.
3 is fry.
2 is throw out the airlock.
Okay.
And my number 1 would be calibrations.
Calibrations. All right. Now, Sam, how are you voting these?
I am going to go with, and just for the sake of time, I'm going to just say my top one. But I think I have to go with hungry being the top one because it's just so versatile. You can use it in so many different ways, in incredibly inappropriate situations and very innocuous situations. So I got to go with hungry.
Hungry is your first. Well, this is really interesting. I might want to get all of yours because we have a 3-way tie for first place currently. I just summed up everything on the spreadsheet and it's a 3-way tie. You're muted. I can't hear you. There you go.
So then my second one.
Okay, so wait. So let's see. Let's go backwards. So least favorite.
Probably the humans on their knees one. Yeah, okay. I can't think of a lot of situations in which you could use that.
So humans on their knees.
I would say the civilized one, second to last.
Okay. And then so we've got calibrations, induction port, hungry, son of a bitch, and rage.
I was just between induction port and calibrations for the third to last. But I think induction port for the third to last.
Okay. And then calibrations for after that.
And then calibrations after that.
Okay. And so we've got hungry, son of a bitch, and rage.
And then fry, you son of a bitch, of course. Yeah.
So which one's after calibrations?
Fry, you son of a bitch.
Fry. Okay, so that one's that. So last two, hungry and rage.
Rage.
So rage, and then your favorite is hungry, first. Right? Like you said before. All right, I think that gives us a clear winner here. And I haven't had time to think through this because I've been trying to list all these. So we're gonna go last to first, and let me see if I can't automatically organize this in a way that there we go. All right. So last place, unfortunately, is I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. I think it's very specific. It's a very dirty sounding specific quote. All right. The next one, this would be, so that's 8th place because there's 8 and you guys were voting out of the 7 other than your own. So that's 8th place. 7th place is emergency induction port. Then we have, if it's all civilized, you're not doing it right. Then rage, it's a hell of an aesthetic. And then number 4, anyone else hungry? And these are your top 3. Throw it out the airlock, number 3. Number 2 is can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations. And number 1 by 1 point. This one won by 1 point. Fry, you son of a bitch. Shanko wins. Congratulations. These were all awesome. These were all great.
I love the thought of Shanko standing over like a skillet where there's some garlic and like shrimp in the pan. And Shanko's like, Fry, you son of a bitch. It's like getting fucking blackened.
Talking mean to your shrimp.
I only cook with excessive heat and a scary amount of oil.
It doesn't matter what the recipe calls for.
I do like to live dangerously.
If it says 1 clove of garlic, I assume 6.
I set my burner to Fry, you son of a bitch. And there's not numbers. There's just this one setting that's called Fry, you son of a bitch. And it's like in marker. And I just turn it all the way up.
It comes right after thermonuclear.
That's great. Guys, this is fun. Thank you for joining us and for all these wonderful quotes. I'm going to have to try to remember some of these to use in my daily life. Let's go back through, and this is your opportunity to share something you're working on. If there's something you want to shout out, or just ways people can reach out to you, or just say, hi, thanks, see you next time, or whatever. Let's just go back through the list. Cloudy, kick us off. Anything you want to share?
I'm in the Robots Radio Discord. I'm Cloudy Atlas there as well. And so say hi if you're in there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again. Soda?
I'm also in the Robots Radio Discord. You can find me in there, or you can find me in the Simulators Anonymous Discord, and you can find that at simulatorsanonymous.com. Great bunch of guys that like to play simulator games.
Cool, man. Thanks for joining us again. Turbo?
I'm not working on anything, but you can find me on the Discord, usually on the Patreon parts.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again. Arcan?
I'm on the Discord, but I kind of vanish a lot, so I don't know. Goodbye.
You're like a ninja? Like you just like poof, like smoke
kind of just vanish off the face of the map.
You could say he's like a specter.
Like a specter, yeah. I guess that would be more of an appropriate thing to match there. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, and then Shanko.
You can find me on the Discord. I'm Captain Shanko. I am one half of the MCU Lorecast they do with Psych, who's also here tonight. And I am also the host of The Fight Space, which is a martial arts podcast.
Very cool. And there's links to all of those because they're both of those because they're on the network on robotsradio.net. So if you're like, what were those shows again? Just go to the website. You'll find them. It's an easy way to find them if you're looking. Win, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Don't contact me.
Stay away. Okay, cool. And Psych.
Yes. Along with the MCU Lorecast, I am one of the players for the Mass Effect Blue Shift. It's a tabletop RPG podcast solving crimes on the Citadel.
Very cool. Yeah, go check that out as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Sam, do you have anything you want to share before we head out?
So I'm streaming again. So I have made a new playthrough of Mass Effect, the original trilogy, in which I am streaming not Neutral, or not Paragon, not Renegade, but Neutral Shepard. And my goal is to pick nothing too extreme the entire time.
You're just like a meh Shepard?
He's just going to be really apathetic about everything.
All right.
Okay. He's like, well, I guess if I get really, he's just trying to get home to watch TV or something.
I just need to stop the freaking Reapers so I can just go watch the sports ball.
Exactly. He's like, this is all just a bother to him. So it's pretty fun to role play. I'm not sure if the gameplay is too fun to watch, but if that sounds funny to you, then come and watch. Oh yeah. And I accidentally started making the Shepherd. And when I started making the Shepherd, I accidentally made someone who looked kind of like you. And then people in my stream were like, that kind of looks like Tom. So then I was like, I'm going to lean into this completely.
Yeah. I showed up in your stream and everyone's like, hey, look at the Shepherd he made. And I was like, oh, cool. He's my better looking other brother.
Well, the good thing is that I'm not going to make you do anything that you wouldn't otherwise do.
Oh,
because it's not going to be too extreme.
I just get to be super apathetic about everything.
You get to be very, very, I feel like it's going to be very reasonable. All of the things that this shepherd does are going to be very like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Let's not get emotional, everybody. Let's just think this through.
Let's calm down. It doesn't mean that it's going to work, because there are, of course, blocks in the road along the narrative where you have to do a Paragon or Renegade thing, or else tragedy happens. So there will be a bit of tragedy. But if you're interested in seeing that, you can find me on Twitch at N7 the Legend. I'm also doing a Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough as well. So both of those on Twitch at N7 the Legend, same handle on Twitter for as long as that will be alive.
Awesome. Yeah, and my stuff's all at robotsradio.net with all the other shows on the network. So if you're into any other Lorecasts that I do, including, we're spinning back up the Starfield Lorecast, because that's getting closer to launch. So hopefully we'll have some new episodes for that coming out soon. Talking about all the hype and all the things that get kind of revealed and leaked, but then eventually the lore of the universe and all the cool stuff going on in Starfield, but then all the other shows too. Just go to robotsradio.net. Just check out all the whole list of stuff. There's a bunch of things. There's probably other things you love, and you'll probably love the shows as well. So go check that out. And thank you again for everybody for being here. It's always fun to get together and chat with you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And Sam and I will be back on Friday night.
So on Friday, we will be talking about something pretty interesting. I'm very much looking forward to this episode. We're going to be covering medicine and Metagel in the Mass Effect universe. And if we've got a little extra time there at the end, we'll talk about diseases.
Exciting.
So it'll be quite a lively episode, because that is preceding the next character episode that we will do, which will be one of my personal favorite characters, Dr. Chocolates. Dr.
Chocolates. That totally makes sense. All right. Well, come join us on Friday nights live for that over at twitch.tv/robotsradio. That's the place. And until then, stay safe out there in the universe. It's a crazy place out there. Try not to fly into any gum at like 99% the speed of light, because it'll blow up your ship. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the Mass Effect Lorecast. We'd love to hear your opinion and thoughts on the lore of Mass Effect. Reach out to us on Twitter at Mass Effect Cast, or check out the Robots Radio Discord. Also, you can send us an email at masseffectlorecast@gmail.com.